So this next section.
Oh, you got more paper.
Yeah, this next section. You can. I'm calling it pick one. I'm gonna give you two choices, and you gotta pick one. You can. You don't have to justify your answer unless you want to, or you can just. Whatever one you pick, we'll just go on to the next one.
Okay, all right.
Okay, so the first one is iPhone or Android?
Android.
Okay. All right. Next one is Spotify or Sirius XM?
Sirius XM.
Next one is watercolors or real jazz?
Real jazz.
Okay. I kind of figured that one, but now I know why too. Now I know why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, why? Why do you think?
Well, I think because I like watercolors, but on real jazz you get a mix of all of that, and I think they on real jazz they play more of the no, it's not contemporary, but more of the real, because I think the contemporary came out of
right. Yeah. I mean, so watercolors. So if you look at I will explain this one. If you looked at my record collection at a specific time, basically the end of the 70s into the 80s, it's a watercolors playlist.
Right.
CTI, it's a lot of Bob James,
right,
and stuff like that, which kind of is the precursor to what you hear on watercolors now, right? The more, for lack of a better term, poppy jazz, right? Poppish jazz, right? Which is great. I mean, don't get me wrong. I listen to both of them, right? But on real jazz, you get more of the standards,
right?
A lot of the standards and stuff like that. But also, what I like about real jazz is that you also get Marcus Miller's show,
right?
You get Christian McBride's show, so. Right. And then you get Terry Lynn Carrington's show, which really covers a huge spectrum of music. I've heard more stuff on her show that I was like, who the heck is this? Right. Who is that? This is pretty cool. Then they have the African, so it's a wider spectrum of stuff, right? Now I like them both, but real jazz. Okay. There you go.
All right. Upright or electric bass?
Like that. They're two different instruments.
You gotta pick one. It doesn't mean that you prefer this one over that one, but okay. Well, I tell you what, I'll let that one.
No. It would be electric because this is what I'm used to. This is what I played for the most. But let me qualify by saying, I wish I would have played it upright first.
Right.
I wish I would have gotten the upright first. Right. I love the upright. I love playing the upright, but I'm not as good on the upright because I don't have as much. But I'm getting better.
Right.
I'm getting better. So there you go. But electric. Right. I'll answer your question. Okay. I'll stay true to the game.
Okay. All right. Jazz bass or P bass?
See.
We won't hate you, man. We won't hate you.
If this was your desert island list, like which instrument, if you had you had to have. Believe it or not, I'm gonna say P bass. Even though I'm a jazz, I play jazz bass. I'm gonna say P bass, right? Because the P bass is the instrument of choice it's not so much the instrument of choice, but it's the instrument that you've heard recorded the most. When you thinking you're hearing a jazz bass and you're like, oh, man, that was a dude playing a P bass, of the stuff of my playlist, of my electric bass playlist, from the day, back in the day. So, but it's still, man, I'm just P bass. Begrudgingly P bass.
Okay. Alright. Okay, so, black wound or tape wound?
Oh, tapes.
Okay.
Tapes. I got bass with both of them, all of that stuff on it, right?
Right.
But the tapes are what's happening.
Okay. Jocko or Jimmy Hassel?
Dude, come on, man. You're not gonna ask that question. Wow. Because I just watched the Yellow Jackets concert this morning. One that I've never seen before, right? And Jimmy Hassel goes off on this one tune, and I'm like, "What? I've never seen this concert."
Right.
I'm like, "Oh man," he goes off. I love the way he plays.
It's okay.
No, it's not.
I see smoke rolling off.
Yeah, no, you're not supposed to ask those questions. Oh man, God, it's got to be Jocko, right? But Jimmy wouldn't be mad at me for saying that. He wouldn't be mad at me for saying that.
Okay.
Hey man, but
we're almost through.
Come on, man.
Okay.
You might have to delete this.
Stanley Clark or Victor Wooten?
I thought we were almost finished. Victor.
Okay.
Yeah, Victor. I don't get, Victor, because Victor.
And they're all, both of them are, Stanley Clark is.
Oh, it's when it comes down to that, when it comes down to, who you like more, you can't measure it. You can't measure that, the difference between Stanley, for me, the difference between Stanley Clark and Victor. It comes down to some other intangibles and stuff like that, I have zero chance of playing either one of them. Like bass line. Nah, maybe because I've played with Victor before, maybe that's why, and I survived. Like I said about Jimmy Haslett, man, I saw he played a bass solo today. Mm-hmm. I'd never seen this. I thought I had seen everything that he's done, right? And I'm like, where? He goes off, man. I was like, good God. Man. But then, I remember the first time I heard Jocko. First time I heard Jocko, I was that guy. I just take all this stuff right here, pile it all over here. Start a bonfire. Like, what in the world, man? And I anyway.
Okay, that's a good one. Okay, so Charles Mingus or Ron Carter?
Ron. Okay. I like Mingus. I like them both, but Ron, yeah.
Okay. Fender or Squire?
Fender or Squire?
Yeah.
Oh, Fender. Even though I have Squires.
Right.
And my Squires are amazing.
Right. You still sticking with them?
Okay. if if I could just find me a 61 Fender Jazz or P,
Right.
I could find it easy. If I could find the dollars to buy one of those, that's what I should be saying.
I hear you.
Anyway.
Okay, so, Guitar Center or Sam Ash? And even though I know Sam Ash is there, I think that kind of gone.
Sam Ash is gone.
Yeah.
Sam Ash is gone, but yeah, Guitar Center, you don't get their act together, they're gonna be right behind them and stuff, right? You know. But when Guitar Center, when Sam Ash was still a thing, it was Sam Ash.
Okay.
You know, and there's a reason, you know.
Right.
You know, both of the big box stores, they kind of pissed me off, man. Because I went into Guitar Center one time and they had a Lake Placid blue with a matching headstock jazz bass, right? That thing was beautiful. I was like, look at that! Oh, that thing is sweet with the covers,
Right.
with both covers, ashtray cover and the pickup. I was like, oh my God, look at that thing! That thing is beautiful. Pull it down. I could go and bow hunting with that thing. It was like a bow in that neck. It was a banana. I'm like, how are you going? It was $1,700, right? And I'm like, how you gonna hang this thing on the wall? It is unplayable. The strings were so high I could put my finger underneath it. I was like, dude.
You were hot.
Yeah, I want to play this thing. This thing like just got an inch and a half underneath the strings. I'm like, and then I asked the kid. I was like, I asked the kid. I was like, yo, man, could you like adjust this neck so it can be played? Oh, I don't know how to do that. I'm like, oh, good Lord. And I asked another one. So I see the oldest person in there, right? And I said, hey, man, you got a truss rod, you look at this neck. And he said, I got time for here's a truss rod, you go ahead and do it. He let me adjust the neck. And I cranked it down, took this off, cranked it down, straightened out the neck as much as I could.
Right.
The guy, one kid was like, oh, is that what you do with that? I'm like,
Okay.
I'm like, yeah, man, yeah. Let me get your lesson. You know, straighten it out and stuff, and then I played it. Then the strings, of course, the strings were dead as heck, you know.
Right.
And I was like, now, here's the thing. I know if I bought that bass, I could make it play.
Right.
And I make it sound amazing. I can make it sound just as good as it looks, right? And how I know that? Because when I got that bass right there, it was the same thing. It strings, well, I take that back. The neck wasn't bowed like that, but it had dead strings on it. But the strings were dead because I told them never to change that string on that bass because I didn't want anybody to buy it. I didn't want anybody to buy it. Don't have to change those strings. Because I knew what that thing was going to sound like,
You already knew.
So same thing with that jazz bass, right? But it was just frustrating to me that you go into the store, right? They got this instrument hanging on the wall that's got any number above $1,000 on it, and you can't play it, you know? But come on, man. Now, do you have to pay that much to have a decent bass? Like I said, my Squire P bass that I was playing today before you got here,
Right.
paid $40 for that thing, and they love that. I love that bass. You know, people play it, they're like, man, this thing sounds amazing. Yeah, it plays amazing, yeah. You know, so do you have to pay a bunch of money for a really sweet sounding instrument? No. You know, but if it is expensive, you want it to be able to be played, you know? I mean, you see me holding this thing right here.
Yeah, it's nice.
This is probably, even though that's my gigging bass,
Right.
you know, my PD was my gigging bass for years.
Right.
You know, this is my favorite instrument in here now that I play all the time. It was custom made, you know, mainly because it was made for me, just for me, just for me, you know. And God, I just now noticed. I didn't realize how long I had this bass. made it 21.
Oh, okay.
So, you know, going on 4 years, 4 years. Well, it'll be 4 years. It'll be 4 years in 10 days.
Okay.
No, it'll be less than 10 days.
Okay.
I got it on the 20th of July,
Okay.
2021.
Okay.
You know, I just now realized I'm going to have to call her. I'm going to have to call her and talk to her. I can't remember that. I got it 5 days for my birthday. And my birthday's on the 25th. And so she said, I'm going to get it to you before your birthday. So yeah, PhD, fretless, Buckeye, Burl, harass, Hatchet. You know. So yeah, anyway, I'm sorry I went down
No,
there.
you good. All right. And you kind of touched on this a moment ago when I asked you about real jazz and watercolors. So, as you had said, you got the Christian McBride segment and that Marcus Miller segment.
Mm-hmm.
Which one do you listen to? Which one do you listen to? Do you listen to?
Christian.
Yeah, you got to pick one.
Come on, man.
You gotta pick one, man.
Hey, man. God. Well, it's probably Marcus Miller. It's Marcus because I don't know.
And I
See, because I would say I got to take that. Maybe not because I say Marcus because he's playing music, right? He's playing all these different things,
right.
But Christian because he's interviewing
all
these people that you know.
Gotta pick one. I'm liking this.
No, I'm not. Maybe, I guess, because of what I just said, maybe Christian, because he's interviewing and I'm getting the backstory or insight into these people, you know. But Marcus had a show one time where he was talking about what it was like playing with Miles Davis. Mm. That was so amazing.
Right.
Just that story.
Right.
But yeah, probably Christian because of the format of the show, you know, because of the format. Not necessarily. Because, like I said, he's talking in his interview style.
Right.
You're getting to know some of these people and stuff, right, you know. So I'll say that. Begrudgingly, I will say that. If I have to pick one, I have to pick one.
Okay. All right. So we got one last one.
Make it easy.
This one's gonna be easy. Tangeray or Hendrix?
Oh, Hendrix. Yeah, thank you. We'll go get one right now.